Hello, welcome back to another discussion video. Decided to give another discussion video another attempt, and here we go. And I titled it, obviously, "What's Next for Gaming 2024?" And for me, that's quite tricky because I was thinking about this last night, and I really enjoy first-person shooters. They're my genre of game, and you have to kind of want to try other things, whether it really stands out to you or not. But then if things don't stand out, you're kind of limited to what is on the horizon and what's coming. So it'd be interesting to see what releases this year. I think the main reason I'm doing this video now is, like, as much as I have enjoyed Warzone and Battle Royale as a whole, really. Obviously, from my last video, my Battle Royale experience started with Blackout, and then Blackout turned to Warzone, Warzone Caldera, and then Warzone Al Mazrah, and now Warzone Urzikstan. And yes, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying playing Warzone. I especially enjoy playing with my friends. The video behind you is a solo game. I got the win on this one, and I don't mind a good solo game, but solos can be frustratingly campy, and at the moment with this Warzone Urzikstan, I feel there's still some improvement to be done in it, but at the moment I'm really feeling like I'm kind of done with Warzone, and not in a bad way. I've been playing it for which feels like 3 years now, from Warzone 1 till now. And I think there's a few of us. I've had this discussion with a few of the people that I play with, Tech Nation and Chronic Gaming, and I think Salty and Love Crumpet and Karen. I think we've all kind of have this feel in ourselves that we're waiting for something new to come along, but we don't know what that is. I don't want to stop playing Battle Royale. I think it's a very interesting genre of game. It's very competitive, and when you get that win, you definitely enjoy the buzz. And especially, getting a good solo win's always good, but especially getting a good team-based win is really good. And not even Battle Royale, you've also got Resurgence, which is kind of its own game itself. If you've played Resurgence, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then Resurgence is a smaller kind of map normally, and you get to come back. You get repeated lives and chances to come back, unless you land, because when you land you get about 10 seconds, and if you die in that 10 seconds, then yes, you're permanently dead. But if you survive that 10 seconds, and then you get killed after that, you respawn again. Resurgence is fun, and there is some exciting news for you Resurgence fans. Obviously, Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep are coming back this year. I'm really excited for those. That will kind of get me back on the excitement train of Warzone. But at the moment, things feel a bit stagnant to me, or just for me. I feel like I've played it long enough, and I definitely want to get my hands onto something else. But what does that look like? I've been keeping my eyes out on the internet and YouTube and all the streamers that I follow, and there's a couple of games that have come to light. A few games that I've got my eye on, and I thought I'd discuss them now. One of them is a Battle Royale game. I don't know if many of you heard or have heard of this game. I got a snippet of a trailer, and then I saw some gameplay on Dr. Disrespect's channel. He's a huge American streamer. I'd be surprised if you don't know him or have heard of him. But it's a game called Off the Grid. The development behind this is really interesting, because the development of this game is being head up by a director, and a director who did movies like District 9 and Elysium. District 9 is an amazing movie. It's like about alien refugees. It was really good. And then Elysium was another amazing movie where planet was dying, and there was Elysium was like a place in the sky you could live, like for the wealthy, and there was no disease and stuff. It was Matt Damon. But I digress. The movies are great, but this game has been developed by the director that has this kind of vision for this game. And the trailers and the gameplay that I've seen have really sparked an interest in me. So I've got my eyes on it. Unfortunately, there's not been any recent gameplay. There's been no release date as of yet that I've seen. The gameplay that I saw with Dr. Disrespect looked amazing. There's 150 players in a battle royale, but inside this there was also missions to complete as well. There's battle royale that looked really interesting. The gameplay looked good. Graphics looked amazing. Visual graphics looked amazing. So, and you're kind of mechanoids like robots, and at one point I saw Dr. Disrespect kind of lose an arm, and then he looted a downed player and found an arm that player had and put it on, and it gave him a different ability. So, there's some interesting things. It didn't look, I think I saw third person, didn't look first person, but I'm okay with third person games. I played them. I played the Division from start to finish, and that was third person, and I really enjoyed the Division, especially third person PvP in the Dark Zone. Loved being in the Dark Zone in Division. So I'm hoping, that I can get on board with this off the grid game. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on it, and hopefully this year it get announced or revealed more. I'll be a bit disappointed if it's next year's release, but I'm hoping it's this year. Another game that's kind of sparked my interest was The Division by Ubisoft. They're doing a free-to-play Division Heartlands, kind of like a big open world, a bit like the Dark Zone, and looting, shooting, extracting with your goods. I'm a huge Division fan. I didn't play the Division 2 because I moved to Battle Royale from the first Division to Division 2. Again, I was in a place where I'd played the Division non-stop and I wanted something new. So I didn't move on to the Division 2. A few of my friends did, and I didn't hear the best feedback about it. They wanted some things to change that didn't, but I never played it, so I can't really comment. But that's when I moved to Battle Royale, that's when I moved to Blackout. But Division Heartlands has also piqued my attention. Sounds like a big open world loot shooter, which you can play with friends. The exciting thing is the looter shooter genre of game really intrigues me now after playing Warzone 2, after playing DMZ. DMZ is actually really good. I really enjoyed it. I got into some good fights. There were loads of good missions. It didn't start great, DMZ. It was, it was new to us. It was introduced. And I've always had my eye on Escape from Tarkov as a looter shooter. I've watched videos on it. Unfortunately, I don't think it will come to console because I think it's there's too much for console from PC. It's too much inventory menus and stuff. I don't think it would work. So we got DMZ with Warzone 2, and that was kind of as close as you could get to playing a game like that. No, I loved DMZ. DMZ wasn't great to start off with. Like, it was exciting gameplay. Some of the missions were awful, though. We started playing DMZ, me and my mate Technation, and some of the missions were ridiculous, and even a lot of the streamers complained about this. There were like a lot of dead drop missions where it's like, take 80 gas masks to this dead drop, and you had to run around collecting 80 gas masks and dropping them in. And there were quite a few missions that were very boring and repetitive and boring dead drop missions. And I think the complaints went out by the community, by streamers, and I think by season 2 DMZ, I think they've addressed that. I think there were still some missions that would take items to dead drops, there just wasn't so many. And there were some missions that were really good, like finding keys, room 403, and extracting the golden desert eagle. And there was a room 1 on Ashika Island. I was trying to find that key for so long, and then, you know, the exciting is I got it and extracted with it. And then I planned to do this mission in the next couple of days with my teammates. I said, look, I found the key. And then we kind of planned what we were going to do. And then we went in and we managed to do it on the first take, and didn't get killed and didn't lose the key. And there was something exciting about that. There's definitely that reward of not losing your stuff, because you could lose everything in DMZ. You just get wiped. So you could lose a particular key for a mission or lose all your stuff. And then you're on a regain, a free plate regain, durable gas mask. Your weapon cooldowns, you only had 3 insured slots, which was good. Contraband weapons weren't bad. And I used to like, actually, on a regain, stocking up on my contraband weapons ready for when I was regaining. There was a lot to DMZ that was really good, but unfortunately it's been scrapped. And you can still play it on Warzone 2, but they're not going to add any more content to it. So for me, a 0 point. I played it for 2 long seasons. I didn't play Battle Royale for 2 seasons, just played constant DMZ and completed loads of missions and enjoyed my time. But then that time came to an end. I've also got wind of another game, and it's another looter shooter, and it's done by development team Bungie, and it's called Marathon. It came to my attention last year. I saw a trailer for it, very artistic trailer. Not much gameplay, it's more visual representation, I'd say. So if you looked it up on YouTube, unless there's something new out, you wouldn't see much gameplay, but the trailer enough was intriguing, and I heard it was an extraction shooter, looter shooter, like DMZ. I would like to speak more about it. There's not really much information. I only know it's been developed by Bungie, and I'm really intrigued to see what they will come up with. I'm going to keep my eye on it, and hopefully it will be a good game to maybe look at, maybe consider, and maybe playing. Now the thing is for me is, as much as these 3 games, 1 Battle Royale, 2 looter shooters, are coming, I kind of wonder what's next for Battle Royale. As in, if you don't play Apex Legends or you don't play Fortnite, you know, Warzone is kind of your next one to play, really. It's one of the most popular ones. And there's rumour next year, obviously there's a new Call of Duty coming out, and the rumour next year is they're going back to Verdansk, which is the first nostalgic map that we all played during lockdown. Lots of memories. It's all on my YouTube channel. Lots of games, lots of wins. But for me, is that going to be enough to keep my attention? I mean, I paid £100 for the Vault edition of this Warzone, this Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 3. Campaign was so short, and zombies is fun, but I don't think I'll be playing loads of it. I do feel like I've wasted my money to a certain degree, but I'm invested in this Battle Royale at the moment, because when it comes to leveling guns, as you know, the quickest and fastest way to level guns up is multiplayer, and zombies now actually. But back in Warzone 1, when I played that, I didn't have Modern Warfare, I didn't have the multiplayer, so I only had plunder to level up guns in, and it just took so long, especially if a gun was broken, especially if there was like a broken meta that you didn't have, and no matter which corner you turned, every other player had that broken meta and you didn't. You had to try and unlock that gun in plunder, and you had to try and level it up. It was really stressful. You couldn't really compete, and I want to compete in this game. So for me, that £100 is spent on me competing. And I don't think it was a horrendous waste of money. I played the campaign, and I completed all the zombies missions and unlocked the zombie skin, which was really good fun while I waited for Warzone. So, I could say I got my money's worth, but still, am I ready to invest in the next Call of Duty? I'm really trying to hold off. But I want to hold off knowing that there's something good coming. And it's really hard to know what that is at the moment. Now, there are some other games coming out that I've heard of. I'm definitely buying The Last of Us Part 2 remake. I am a huge Last of Us fan. I bought the remake for The Last of Us Part 1. And I'm definitely going to buy the remake for Last of Us Part 2. I'm a huge zombie fan. I love the zombie genre. Dying Light and Dying Light 2, another fan favourite for me when it comes to zombie games. Amazing games. But Last of Us Part 2 remake is definitely on my to get. There are 2 other remakes that I've rumoured, I'd say. Not heard too much or saw too much evidence on this one that's coming up, and it's Metal Gear Solid remake. I've heard and seen it's definitely happening. Not really had too much information, but I would love to play the original Metal Gear Solid remake. I think it was an amazing game when it came out on the PlayStation 1. I think I was 18 when it came out, 1998. Oh my word! And I loved that game. I played it so much. And the next game that's a remake that there's definitely good solid evidence that it's coming is the Silent Hill remake. I loved the first Silent Hill. It's kind of my first dip into a scary horror game that freaked me out. And now that the graphics are better, audio's better, I can imagine this game scaring the crap out of me. Not very good with horror, not very good with horror games. If I look up on my shelf up there, I've still got Resident Evil Biohazard, which I love, but I'm too scared to play. I scare too easily. So those 3 aside, they're kind of games also I'm going to be keeping an eye on. I'd like to know that there's something good coming for Battle Royale. I'd like to know there's something good coming to Battle Royale, a Battle Royale game that works, because Warzone has got a long history of brokenness, broken metas, glitches in the game, hackers, meta loadouts, because it's just a money-making machine. And unlike Blackout, which was a solid Battle Royale, I'd like to revisit a solid Battle Royale game. And I don't even care if it's free to play. I'd rather pay for a game that's decent and polished and enjoyable and hasn't got all the issues than we've had with Warzone. And I know with the recent version of Warzone Urzikstan, I know the development teams behind this are really working hard in keeping metas to a minimal. Metas to a minimum. I can't get that word out. But when you've played Warzone for so long, it's like, oh, another meta, oh, another broken shotgun, oh, are they ever going to learn? Oh, the audio is really bad. Oh, the audio is still bad. Oh, people are still complaining about the audio. Hang on, let's put a perk in Warzone Urzikstan that has fantastic audio. But why make it a perk? Why can't you just give everyone that perk audio because it's actually really good? Just doesn't make sense. But hey, so Battle Royale is a big question mark. And the thing is for me is we're waiting for these games. I'm waiting for these games anyway, and I know other people might have their eye on them. Off the Grid looks amazing. Division Heartlands, has potential. Marathon looks graphically stunning, but I've only seen, video graphics. I've not seen gameplay. I've not seen gameplay graphics. And the thing is, the excitement of waiting for new games is you don't want to be let down. And if 2023 has taught us anything about let down games, well, shall I mention The Day Before? If you've not heard about The Day Before, and the biggest joke, con, letdown of maybe all time, then where have you been hiding? What box have you been hiding under? I remember seeing a trailer for The Day Before. Is it a year, maybe more than a year back, and it looked amazing. It really got my attention. I was like, oh yes, it looked like The Division and The Last of Us mixed into one. That's automatically hype for me. And like many people, kept my eye on it. Well,
Sweat for sure.
the day before turned out to be a massive, massive con. A massive con and a letdown. And it's not the first, for me anyway, it's not the first kind of letdown game. There was a game called Anthem that was releasing. We had these kind of robot suits, kind of a bit like Iron Man. Remember Anthem, the trailer looked amazing. Again, game flopped massively. Didn't even buy it. Such a letdown. So these games that I'm waiting for are on the horizon. Are they going to fall into that letdown category, or are they not? Well, that comes to the end of this video. And obviously you can see the gameplay in the background. There's just me and one other player left. I kind of knew, well, I thought they were above the bridge as I'm going up now. I was waiting for my high alert to go off, but it didn't. And I looked on the bridge and no one was here. So my guess is now that they're under the bridge. Desperate for a win. It's been a tough couple of games of playing, getting beat quite hard. So I've really wanted the win on this. So I was really taking my time. I'm kind of guessing this person is below me. So I'm going to sneakily go around this corner here, keeping my aim up. Got 7 people watching me, so no pressure. They're probably hoping I die because I killed them. And here we go. I'm going to get to the end of this game. But yeah, thanks for just joining me again on this discussion. It'd be interesting to see what 2024 is about. I'm hoping Off the Grid is an amazing game. Division, Heartlands and Marathon. Be interesting to see what happens in the next Battle Royale genre. What's going to come? Is anyone going to release anything? Anything that isn't broken like Warzone? And yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what comes along. High hopes for the games that I've mentioned. And as you can see, as the clip plays behind you, my solo win, I'm coming to the end of the game. And this is the part of the circle in Warzone where you really hope you get good zone pull, because if it goes to the right over that building, I'm absolutely done for. So I was really nervous at this point. And then just kept my position in here. And luckily, I've got zone pull, which gives you a massive advantage. So I was a bit more relieved at this point. Wasn't sure what I was going to do. I could see shooting on the mini-map, so I decided to smoke. And I knew in front of me there was a bridge, and I kind of guessed that people would go down low. So I made the run for it, using the gas mask and the gas. And lo and behold, my theory was right, because there's our first victim. Managed to get the kill on him, which is really sweet. I wasn't sure at this point. The other 2 would have heard me shooting. So I went back on myself. I was really lucky with that kill there that my aiming was on point. That was like pure headshot, which got the kill, because I think if I had missed, it would have got me. I'm not sure where the last player is here. My guess is he's above me on the bridge. He could still be coming out on the building because that's still on the mini-map. So what I did was, I thought I'd sneak up and have a look, see if he's hiding behind any of these structures. Really listening out here. I've got high alert on, so I was thinking if he's behind me, my high alert will go off, will give me the chance to go down the hill. But nothing. So I'm not sure how this person moved and where they moved to. Maybe where I killed that last guy, he came down under the bridge there as I went under the bridge and around. So we kind of passed each other. But 100% now, I know is either behind this wall in front of me or he's below me. So I kind of got a pretty good advantage on where he's going to be. So I'm really desperate for a win, wanted to play it cool. So I just took my time and came round. I'll take this time to thank you all for listening to the video. Hope it's really got you thinking about what's to come in 2024 when it comes to first-person shooter games. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more. And if there's any games that I've missed out that I don't know about, or anything Battle Royale news that I've not heard of, then please let me know in the comments below. And here we go. I was right. There he is. Boom. Last kill. For the win. 7-kill win. And I was well chuffed because the last couple of games have been tough. Thanks for listening. See you soon.
The last few games on my way. What a relief. Sorry, but the last few nights of this game has been tough. And now I finally get a win. Get in. Yes! Immortal. Mate. Finally. Get in. Oh, I'm buzzing. 7 kills. I'll take that all day.